Happy Mother's Day. I'm in high school, 9th grade, 90 pounds, 5'5", maybe. I'm trying out for the basketball team. Not the varsity, not the JV. I'm trying out for the C team. And the coach is putting us through our drills. We're shooting, passing, defense, cutting, running, jumping. And he separates us. You go over there, you go home. One by one, as he makes his determination. I was certain he sent me over there, so that's where I went. That's where those who made the team were playing together. I joined them relieved, proudly, and I played freely and well. And when the coach finished, he came over to where we were playing and he watched us. Now, he knew what I didn't. He had cut me. But he saw me playing so well, he kept me on the team. Now, that's the season I made every free throw I took. All 9 of them. I'm eternally filled with hope. I'm just created that way. It's in my bones, my genes, my heart and mind. Call me names, ridicule me, ignore me, criticize me, talk about me, turn your back on me, disagree with me, help yourself. I'm not going anywhere. I won't be crushed, depressed, forlorn. I'm coming back for more, not letting go, waiting for change, for reconciliation, for the sun to shine again, to come from behind the clouds and shower me, you, us, with light and clarity and warmth and a vision for how we get to the next moment together. I don't know loneliness. I never really have. I did have this one moment in seminary, one dark night of the soul that produced a notebook of really bad poetry. But I managed to graduate anyway. And here I am today, still at it. Life, ministry is this wonderful, challenging, essential journey we take together. But I know that is not the experience everyone has. Eunice Kathleen Wayman wanted to be a classical pianist. She was gifted, a prodigy. The people in her hometown, Tryon, North Carolina, raised money to help her become the first black woman concert pianist. Now, if she had become what she wanted, playing the music she wanted to play, felt born to play, Bach, Schubert, Chopin, we would never have had the pleasure of hearing an amazing voice sing For Women. I put a spell on you. Everything must change. I loves you, Porgy. if you haven't gotten it yet, to be young, gifted, and black. But we do know, because Eunice was a young black girl and the Curtis Institute of Music would not admit her to their program. I knew I was good enough, she said later. It was because I was black. I never really got over that jolt of racism at that time. Her family had moved to Philadelphia in the expectation of her admission. She had to get a job, so she sang in clubs and bars and changed her name so her preacher mother would not find out what she was doing. So Eunice became Nina Simone. Yes. Watch the Netflix documentary on her. It is amazing. She was amazing. Much later, in an interview, she was asked if she got lonely. Extremely lonely. In that same interview, she was asked what freedom meant to her. She fumbled around without much conviction. Well, that's like being asked what love is, and you can't really describe it. And then all of a sudden, she said, I'll tell you what freedom is to me. No fear. I mean, really, no fear. I've had that a couple of times on stage when I really felt free. Now that's something else. If I could have that half my life. Alone. Yes, you, me, all of us. We need time alone. We need silence from the noise, the images, the dinging and ringing of alerts and texts, email coming in and going out. We need space and time apart from the bombardment of a frenetic world, braying, honking, bleeping, crashing, powering up and down, skidding and bumping. Each of us needs to think, process, feel, look and see what is around us and inside us. We are nourished by moments of calm darkness, away from the stark glare of smartphones, the 1080p television, tablet screens we seem unable to do without. We need to read, study, learn, and understand. What is this about? Why am I here? What is my purpose? How am I to react to what happens to me and others in the world? To relate to the stranger, the enemy, the other. What does freedom mean to me? You can't be told this. You can't be given answers. You can't assume without exploration and analysis. You can't decide without information, without facts, without regard for context, history, truth. We can't follow blindly without critical review. That's how we get Confederate flags flying around public places, tattooed on bodies, stuck on the bumpers of pickup trucks a century and a half after the death-dealing barbarity of slavery was, we thought, ended by the Civil War. only to be survived by an uncivil peace, which was no peace. That's how lies become not truth, but ironically, fake news. Now, maybe we ought to rename fake news Trump news. Just from now on, instead of saying fake news, let's just call it Trump news. What a great irony that would be, upon which structures of oppression feed and grow into systemic life-suppressing practices accepted as fair and just, normal, like the stream of absolutely insane things we've had reported lately. My favorite being the young woman at Yale fell asleep studying, and they called the police on her. You can't sleep here. Let me see your student ID. Normal, these things have become. That's how women are battered and silenced. Gays and lesbians and transgendered persons rendered less than, unworthy, other. James Byrd Jr. was lynched by white supremacists in Jasper, Texas, June of 1998. Matthew Shepard's lynching was in Laramie, Wyoming, 4 months later. I think of them together, fused, seared in my mind. That's how Trump gets elected. Racism, materialism, militarism are like asbestos in the framing of our democracy, poisoning from within. And we know it's there. We just won't do anything about it. Those who don't fight it or don't care just keep breathing the fumes in and braying, and the noise blunts our sensibilities, soils our humanity, breeds fear and insecurity, fractures human community. Lord, we need time alone, each one of us, to grow up. We need what Henry Nouwen called the discipline of silence in order to mature into the healthy human beings we can become through silence, meditation, prayer, immersion in the world of nature with the power to heal, to nurture awe at a planet in a universe of sheer wonder, breathtaking beauty, immense power. But loneliness, depression kills. The first 3 hours after Lisa was born, Nina said years later, were the most peaceful in my life. I was in love with the world. I loved being a mother. I was a good mother. But loneliness, poverty, beating and abuse, mental illness conspired to bring Nina down. And she was a magnificent talent, gifted beyond measure, Many, many more today, without her talents, still suffer in poverty in this world of plenty. Thank God for this new Poor People's Campaign. These good folks traveling to Albany tomorrow, joining thousands of others in many states, marching to say no more. I have made your name known to those whom you gave me from the world. For the words you gave me, I have given them, and they know in truth. Our passage is a prayer from the mind to the heart, from divinity to divinity, with humanity listening in. It's a warm shower of love, bath oils and bubbles. It's pregnant with theology. You can't read John without gestation. But listen to what for me are the key words in this 13-verse passage. Without the distraction of verbs, prepositions, punctuation, adjectives. Gave, world, gave, word, given, words, gave, given, truth, world, world, gave, yours, 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 world, world, given, given, world, given, word, world, 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 truth, world, world, truth. You think about other lines from John. In the beginning was the Word. God so loved the world. What's the point of all this giving, of so many mentions of the world, of truth and the Word? Surrounded by all of these references, right in the heart of the passage is the line at the heart of the ecumenical movement, so that they may be one. And a little later, so that they may have my joy made complete in themselves. And at the end, so I have sent them into the world. We are not to be fooled by loneliness. We were meant to be one people, different as we are, in one human family, one world, grounded in truth, bound by a simple and profound love of God and one another. To give this love, to know this love for others, to be this love for others, to share this love with all, to withhold this love from no one, to transform this world. That is the meaning of our faith. It's where it's coming from. Make my joy complete, that they may all be one. We have so far to go. Why not start on the 7th Sunday in Easter time, on Ascension Sunday, better known this year as Mother's Day. And why not continue tomorrow? Maybe hundreds of thousands marching to state capitals, some getting arrested for justice. Jesus ascended, praying for us all. Over our marching feet and our hearts, whether joyous or burdened, Jesus praying, "You are mine. You belong to God, all of you. Take my word into the world. Make my joy complete. Be one people." We can't give up on that until we get